Adaora Soludo, and today I am going to be introducing myself because I realized I've been blogging and vlogging and you know, on Instagram for a little while, but I've never actually sat down to do sort of like an introduction video where I kind of tell you guys what I do, how I got into blogging, and just in general, you know, why this. So that is what I'm going to be doing today, so hope you enjoy. I think it's going to be a good one. Okay, so I would say my three loves are fashion, tech, and coffee. But my first love is fashion. I've been obsessed with the fashion industry for as long as I can remember. I remember when I was younger, I wanted to be a fashion designer, and this was maybe when I was about 5 or 6. I remember I used to sketch very badly drawn sketches of like designs at the back of like my school books, and I remember I used to get in trouble for that, but I didn't care. I just used to sketch and draw all sorts. And when I was about 15, I lied my way into getting an internship with this up-and-coming designer at the time, and it was the most amazing thing for me. I was obsessed with going to work. I was actually so happy, and I feel like that's the kind of feeling you want to have when you do whatever you do in life. So I remember I was always so happy. She didn't even cover transport or lunch or anything that you normally get from an internship, but I was still happy to go. And I feel like I learned quite a lot from her in terms of like you know, doing your own thing and launching your own brand, because she was very new at the time. So that's what I did in the summer when I was about 15, and when I was 16 I decided this is what I want to do. I want to launch my own company. I'm going to learn to sew. I'm going to learn all of these things. So I remember I bought so many books on sketching. I bought so many books on sewing, pattern making, and I actually taught myself when I was 16 how to design, sew, you know, make a pattern and things like that, because I was just so obsessed. And yeah, so that's what I used to do. I even made a few bits and bobs. Now I look back on them, they're cute, but definitely needs a bit of work. Yeah, I remember there was actually a fashion show at school at the time, and I made a dress for it, and yeah, I just used to make bits and bobs at the time. Anyway, fast forward to university, I decided to go to uni and study economics and politics. Why? I don't know. Yeah, I remember everyone was asking me that when I said that's what I was studying. Everyone was like, oh, I thought you wanted to go into design. I thought you wanted to be a fashion designer. I thought you wanted to be the next Coco Chanel. But for me, I think it was a combination of fear and pressure. And I think it's maybe an African thing. When you come from an African background, it's more common that, you know, you kind of do the more stable thing and then you kind of pursue your passion on the side as sort of a side hustle, which kind of got to me at the time. And so I decided, I remember I was doing economics and politics at the time, and I got really good grades in them. And yeah, so I decided, okay, let me do that. And I can pursue fashion alongside that. So throughout university I did a couple of different internships, and I actually worked, and that was when I started blogging properly. I remember at the time that's when people actually started to call me Adaora, because Adaora is not actually my first name, it's my middle name. Yeah, but I remember when I was in secondary school I started blogging under the name Adaora, because for some reason I didn't want anyone I went to school with to know that I was blogging. I don't know why. So I started blogging under the name Adaora, and by the time I got to university I started taking it seriously. I think I launched my blog properly. I started taking my Instagram more seriously, and yeah, people just started calling me Adaora. Yeah, so that kind of became a thing. I think that's when I even started making YouTube videos as well. So fast forward throughout university and, you know, working on my blog and things like that. Once I finished, I knew I was done. I knew that I could never pursue a career in politics and economics. It wasn't for me. So I decided to go to fashion school. I actually went to Condé Nast College of Fashion and Design, and it was the most incredible experience because they do different things within the fashion industry, like fashion buying, merchandising, styling, fashion business, journalism, and that was so good for me because I got to kind of immerse myself properly into the fashion industry and almost try to figure out what I was good at and also what I actually enjoyed within the fashion industry, because all I knew before that point was designing, and I knew that I wanted to be the next Coco Chanel, and I knew that I loved making clothes, but there were so many other parts of the fashion industry that I knew absolutely nothing about. So going to that college was such a great experience. I actually did a full video on it, so I will leave the link somewhere. Yeah, so check it out if you want to know what my thoughts and everything about it was. Okay, so after studying at Condé Nast, I actually got an internship working for this fashion tech startup, and that was kind of the beginning of my interest in tech and the tech world and sort of its uses within the fashion industry. So yeah, that was a great experience. I interned there for a bit before going on to work at Moschino, and that was another amazing experience. It was such a small team, so I got to sort of talk to everyone from different departments, from the finance department to PR to where I was working, which was sales and logistics and wholesale. So it was kind of great to kind of be able to speak to different people, find out what they do and kind of learn from them, because it was such a small team and things were always moving around and all the departments were always talking to each other. So it was so great to be able to, you know, learn so much from them. And I remember even there was the retail store downstairs as well, so I got to chat to those ladies as well, and it was actually amazing. I loved it. But after a while I started to feel a little bit stuck, and I just knew that I needed to move on, and it had absolutely nothing to do with the company or the people or anything like that. It was such a great experience, but I just knew that I needed to move on. And yeah, so that's when I decided to go on and do my master's. So I actually went on to do a master's, which I just finished about 2 weeks ago. Still hasn't sunk in yet. Yeah, so I went to Imperial College Business School and I did MSc Management, and I knew that I've always wanted to start my own company. I've always wanted to do my own thing. So I knew that I really needed to learn about businesses, running your own business, starting a business, managing people. So yeah, so I decided to do that, did a master's. So whilst I was there, I actually decided to pick up different skills. I actually decided to learn to code because I knew that it was something that I would need when I launch my own company and, you know, start working on it. But in the meantime, if you've got any more questions about me, my role, my time, you know, interning or working or anything like that, then please let me know. You can leave a comment down below or follow me on Twitter or Instagram and send me a message on there. My username is Adaora Soludo on both of them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will try and be a lot more consistent with these videos. Let me know if there's anything you want to see in particular. And yeah, please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. I think that's how it goes. Yeah, I will get the hang of it.